I'm Dave Palumbo, founder of Species Nutrition. From my earliest bodybuilding days, I believed in only putting the best in my body. And that lives on in the Species Nutrition line of products. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
Old School Bodybuilding Clothing Company. If it's been 3.5 hours since you last ate protein and now you're starting to freak out, you are old school. If watching someone sit on a hammer machine for 5 minutes between sets playing with their phone pisses you off, you are definitely old school. OSBBC.com for the hardest training athletes.
I haven't seen the sun in a week and a half. Look! It just came out! Look at that!
I love it!
Welcome back to the end of the year after hours show. I'm Dave Palumbo, of course, and I'm joined here by John Romano and Gregg Valentino. At least those are the two who have so far joined the crew. Welcome, guys. We were just talking before we started the show, and John was yelling at me because I wasn't recording that I'm trying to get Gregg to move down here to Florida. We were doing his finances for him, and we figured out that Gregg is basically spending a fortune living up in New York for no apparent reason.
Oh, yeah.
What's worse? You know what's worse about all that? This is what's the terrible thing. You're shoveling that money out the window, 20 grand a year for property tax. And you know what you're getting in back for that? Zero. You personally get nothing.
Not even a tax deduction.
Actually, you get less than nothing. Because you're going to cross a fucking bridge, you're going to pay a toll. You're going to park somewhere, you're going to pay. You're going to send your kid to school, you're going to pay. You want your garbage fucking picked up, you're going to pay. You want to pay, and then you're still paying the fucking taxes.
Can I tell you, John, I pay more in school taxes than you pay in taxes, and Dave pays in taxes added together.
Absolutely.
For a year.
What are you paying, $1,200 a month?
No, I pay for school taxes. I pay almost $6,000
per year.
$1,000
per year.
A year.
Yeah.
That's just that.
And what are you paying property tax?
I pay all told. My taxes are about $16,000, $17,000 a year.
But they probably go up $1,000 every year, right?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, that's what was happening to me in Long Island.
And you get less every year that
you get nothing. You get
for a politician and bureaucrat to get a salary.
I haven't had kids though. My kids are grown up, so I don't have no kids in school. But
you are wasting money, and you don't do anything anyway. You don't work in New York, so why are you giving New York all your money?
I know it's bad now. It's really bad here. It's really bad.
And you know what? And it's going to get worse.
If you were a police officer or a teacher in New York and you were making a good salary, I'd say, okay, you have a reason to stay there. But you make nothing from New York, so you're basically You're just paying them to live there, basically.
Right.
No, everything's online. You're making money on everything's shifting to.
But if I had to fucking pay a mortgage, I'd really be fucked.
He could live in Timbuktu. It wouldn't matter. He makes the same money.
You sell that house, split the money with your sister, pack up the truck and move to. You can actually move to Beverly Hills. There's Beverly Hills, Florida. My mother lives next door. So yeah, I'm telling you the truth. And if you live up there in Citrus County, you get even more for your freaking money. And you're 45 minutes from Tampa and an hour from Orlando.
It gets a little cold up there, John, though. It gets cooler up there.
It does.
No, I'd go probably towards Dave, like that way.
You move down the block for me. This way, when if you need anything, I'm always there. You know what I mean?
I like it quiet. I'm a quiet.
That's where I am.
Believe it or not, I don't like madness. I would
never go madness. Where you are is madness. Where he is like the country.
Greg, if I got you to move out here, down the block, I'd be over at your house for freaking Sunday dinner, like the old days, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You'd have a pot of sauce on the stove with some macaroni and gravy, and we'd be good to go.
Do it too.
Hey, Dave, I saw lots for sale for $10,000 in Cape Coral.
Well, yeah, you don't want to buy a lot. They'll build you a house for under $200,000, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-car garage. You get a brand new house you never even lived in. No one lived in.
That's insane.
How big? How
Right
big
down the
property?
block from me. They're big enough. I don't even know how many square feet. 2,000 square feet, to 1,800
No, I'm
square
talking
feet.
about, I'm talking about your land, like a whole acre.
You,
Like,
no, you don't get a whole. I mean, if you get a whole acre, it'll be a little bit more. But for what his needs are, it'll be like a half an acre.
You know where else he'd get great value?
10,000 square feet you get.
In Punta Gorda, he'd get great value. That's right near you.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
near me,
look.
I get an
But
acre
John,
property
literally
now.
down the block from me, there's lots that they're just popping houses up on, and they're not expensive because they got to sell these things. So he can get a house brand new, like I said, for probably 200 grand would be a higher end house. Like he can get.
We'll get RX golf carts, and we'll have RX our own little RX.
That's
golf
right. He
carts.
can just shuttle us back and forth from the studio.
Golf carts will be driving around.
Mr. G will be the first with a stretch golf cart.
He would, John, Gregg would be in absolute heaven down here because everything would be at his disposal. They have gyms, they got all the food things he needs. He would be so happy. It would never be cold weather. His living expenses would be zero.
I would train at home.
What?
I wouldn't even go to the gym. I would train at home.
Dave's built a big thing.
You can build your own gym. I'll come and train with you.
Dave, why don't you
I
build
would
a
do
big
it.
gym at your place?
Yeah, eventually I'm going to build a separate building with a gym, yeah. But I haven't got to that point yet. Because I just bought that property across the street, so that drained our finances. I got to make back the money.
Hey, you can remember the training videos we used to do? You could do a whole like,
No,
show.
I want to do that. I'm
It'd
going
be
to.
great, man. Everybody that comes into town can come in. Who's the guest today?
If I build the RxMuscle gym on my property next to
Big
me.
Romney.
If you build it, they will come.
That's
If
right.
you build it, they will come.
Can you imagine I have Gregg there? This is me, the training crew. Mr. G, Gregg, Jimmy the Bull, training at the gym.
We'll call it geriatric fitness. We're all fucking in our 60s and shit.
People
We're all,
will be
like,
begging to
washed
get
up.
in. It'll be like a men's club. It'll be like we'll have like our own secret society. People will be begging to come in. Can I get a membership? How do we get a membership? Gregg will be like, you got to go through this. We got this this initiation you got to go through.
Be like the Little Rascals Club. No women allowed, right? Remember?
Yeah.
The He-Man Women Haters Club.
Yeah, remember
The
that?
He-Man woman haters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden one of them went with a girl, and that was the end of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's always the end of everything, right?
It takes
No,
one
we'd be
girl,
like the
one girl
Golden
can
Girl.
make all friends fighting with each other.
Can
We'd
you
be like
imagine
the Golden Girls.
Sunday
A bunch of
dinner
orphans.
at Gregg's house? Oh my God, that would be like my kids would be like they need that. They need some
Dude,
Italian.
I would babysit your kids. I love kids. You know that.
Yeah, well, we
would
need some
babysit them.
Italian. I got to get that Italian heritage back infused into them of that Sunday
That's
dinner.
right.
Yeah,
you
you
know,
do.
The 2 p.m.
do. We
Sunday
need that.
dinner.
I would babysit them. I'd have them. Believe me, they wouldn't want to go back home.
I know, believe me.
Yeah, Logan will come home and he'll have Play-Doh like pushed up. on
He already does.
Hey, Dad, look what Greg
He
showed
already
me.
does that. He already does that.
Hey, I know Greg would jump in the Greg,
No.
you would jump in that blow up thing he had.
Wait, you know
With
what's
the
worse? I promise you, though, Logan would never come home with your daughter's clothes on.
Thank God. All right, thank God. No, Gregg could train him in the gym, and then I could have Jimmy doing the karate, black belt karate with him stuff,
And teach him piano.
Yeah, there you go. Although Jimmy doesn't know how to really play piano, he just does it by instinct,
No, Jimmy
not.
only knows one song. That's what's so good. He's learned one song.
Logan will probably pick it up too, because that's how my father played. He knew nothing about music. He would just play stuff,
That's cool.
So.
We gotta find the footage of your dad singing at the Italian restaurant.
I know. I got to find that video sometime.
You have that?
It's somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Oh,
I
dude,
think
you
I have
gotta
it on my
find
phone.
the
or
video.
something.
At Montana's.
Didn't you film him, George?
Find that.
Yes. My
George has
son-
got the video better than I do, probably.
My son Joey.
He took him there.
It was like that scene from Godfather where the guy's like with the band. He goes, "Come on, lady."
Yeah.
Hey, what did your father? What was your father? Did he listen to a lot of Italian music? Because in my house, that's big over here. My father
my
knew a
father
lot
was
of
big into jazz though too, so he liked to listen to a lot of jazz music.
Hey, if you ever heard of Jimmy Roselli or any of that, that was my father's friend. My
Oh, was
father did his album covers because my father was an artist.
Oh, right. Oh, that's
So,
cool. Yeah, that's
Jimmy
cool.
Roselli. I don't know if your father listened to any of that stuff.
I
Jerry
I
Dale.
think my father sung a lot of those Italian songs, but he my dad liked to listen to jazz mostly. We always had to have music on at dinner. I hated it Turn the
We did
music
too,
on.
but it was always Italian music.
No, it was always
Smoking.
jazz music. We had to have jazz music at all times, playing in the
Listening to
background.
jazz and smoking weed. That's why he's so chilled out.
Oh, your father smoked weed?
Yeah, later in life, yeah, I think he took to ease the pain, so to speak. It was really mental pain more so than physical. I think. I didn't realize all his friends were potheads. I didn't know it, but they were.
What? What? Big Vinny?
I think even Big Vinny was smoking with them. Yeah, his friend Ted was the real stoner, you know, and so he used to get all the pot.
Dave, your mom passed away when you were 14, right?
14, yeah.
And Sal never remarried? Or
No, my father's no one could take my dad. Are you kidding me? He had a couple of girlfriends along the way, but not much. My father's a pain in the ass, you know.
No significant mother figure after that.
Not really, you know. But my grandmother, you got to remember, my mother's mother was around for many years until we were all grown. So that was like, you know, she was overcompensated for that, you know.
But that's very Sicilian though, that they don't, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think my father wanted someone, but he wanted more of a slave than like like a wife. I told him he should have just sent away in the mail from one. You know, it would have been better.
He wanted
He could have gotten one from Ukraine, a really good one. You know?
Your dad told me, Dave. Your dad told me that he loved your mom so much that he could never meet anybody else like your mom.
I think what happens is you are stuck in when you first met that person, and so he was trying to meet someone at that same youthful age as my mother was, but it was like almost like an impossible type of like scenario he was looking for, you know.
My mother died my father lived another 25 years after my mother died.
Oh, really?
And he never dated anybody. Anybody. That was it. He said, I had my wife and that was it. You know, he just
married for life, man. That's the way they were.
You know,
here's a funny story. My father actually met someone really good. He was dating this I think she was a psychologist, intellectual from like Roslyn. You know, had money. And I said, oh my God, I can't believe it. This is like a you know, God blessed him. You know, finally found someone who's his intellectual equal. The problem is my dad is was such an egomaniac. He was like psychoanalyzing her. And he's like, I don't understand why she didn't like it. I said, Dad, don't you know women by now? He's like over, like taking over, like tries to steal the show from her, you know? And then they get into arguments over that. That was the end of that. He's like, she's a dummy.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
That was Dave's backyard.
Yeah, I thought it was my father's
Georgie.
backyard. Yeah.
Here's Jimmy.
Excuse me.
An hour
Excuse
late.
me. Excuse me. I want to wish.
Jimmy!
Oh, Georgie, I love you, bro.
Jimmy,
I don't know how much time. It's the end of the year
like
closing.
Goodfellas, when you stole the money and he's in the shower with Ray Liotta and he goes, Jimmy did it. He went to Florida. Look, he's in Dave's backyard. Holy mackerel.
Except it's
So,
my
George,
backyard in East Meadow, not in Florida. That's the problem.
Talking about a shower. I just want to really go out. I don't have much time, Dave. I got a lot of shit going on. So
Okay.
I just want to end the year, with a little bit of a couple of quick stories for you guys.
Okay.
And
Wait a
hopefully,
second.
we all have a better. Watch out.
Oh, is that a graveyard behind you?
Yes, it is. Yes. That's a fucking graveyard. Yeah, because that's my life. You see, that's the next step. Okay. So let me explain.
John,
Let
isn't
me
that where he
explain.
got caught
I
taking urinating? Did he get into caught by the police urinating in there?
I might as well preach to these people because they fucking listen. Okay, I might as well just talk to all these people, all these fine people here because they fucking listen better than you guys. All right?
They both do.
Can I tell you a quick story before I go, please? I got a quick story. All right, the other day, I got up the other morning, I took a fucking shower. All of a sudden, the fucking water's ice cold. I'm like, what the fuck? I call my brother. My brother comes over.
You probably didn't pay the bill.
What was that?
You probably didn't pay the bill, right?
No, the hot water took a shit. The hot water heater. So my brother comes over, we flush it out, redo the whole fucking thing. Finally, thank God I got some water. So while he's there, he's looking up my Jeep on the front lawn. And he says to me, Jimmy, look at the wheel. I said, what happened? He said, there's grease all over the back wheel, oil. I said, I just had that fixed. Fucking Lee Miles over there, Bayshaw.
Hold on, Jimmy. Let me stop the story for a second. Is this I got to stop the story for 1 second. Is this the new Jeep that you bought?
Yeah.
You already have problems with this thing? You just got it a month ago.
3 miles.
This thing's been in the shop more than I'm fucking driving it, all right? So now this is like the third time going back to this elite
He doesn't listen, John. We told him to lease a new car. He can't listen to us.
Yeah. That's what we told you. You don't want to.
Let me just finish because I got to get the hell out of here. So anyway, make a long story short, I call the guy up and I start bitching him out. I says, yo, Mark. I says, the fucking wheels leaking all over the fucking place on my driveway. Oh, how'd that happen? What do you mean how'd that happen? Because you had it there the other week. You didn't fix it. Yeah, you gave it back to me. You doctored it up. You did whatever you had to fucking do. It's still fucking leaking, bro. This is bullshit. Now you're inconveniencing me. This is New Year's week. I got shit going on, and I got to bring it back. It's got to be there for days. It ain't happening. All right, calm down. Take it easy. I said, no, you fucking ripped me off, and I'm fucking sick of this shit. I'm sick of fucking people. No, take it easy. He goes, look, bring it in. We'll top off the oil. This way you don't blow the rear. I said, I got news for you. If the rear blows, you're fucking replacing it. How about that, motherfucker? So I hung up on him. I told my story. I'm telling my friend John, I'm my training partner. I tell him the story while we're working out. He goes, Jimmy, take it easy. Let's go to dinner tonight. Take it easy. Let's go to dinner. I said, yeah, I got to do it. All right, look. I take it to a nice Italian restaurant. All right, good. Now, you know I make sauce and meatballs, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm very anal when it comes to sauce. You know, I just don't go to any restaurant because I'm very particular with meatballs.
That's my dad to a T. Yeah. That's my dad.
You know that, but you're not on the Italian side. That's how it is.
My father's the same way. He would always complain.
I'm the same way, bro. Exact same way.
Same way.
That's right. I cook.
100%.
I know when I go out, I gotta be, it's gotta be like, primo. Otherwise, forget it.
That's why I don't order it.
Exactly. That's why I very rare. I go get sushi. I go other places because I go eat shit I can't make in my house.
Right.
So anyway, make a long story short, I go to the fucking restaurant. It was, I gotta give it a name because maybe you guys know I don't want to put the guy in the spot. Anyway, we sit down. It's quiet as fucking hell because of the COVID. Nobody's in there. You can hear a pin drop. I heard the guy eating lobster tail across the fucking restaurant. I wanted to get up and say, hey, do me a favor. Could you put a fucking clamp on that fucking mouth? I hear you eating the lobster all the way across the room over here. Right? So we ordered the food. I'm eating this sauce. I don't know what the fuck. Onions and pickles. And I don't know what the fuck this guy had in the sauce. Right?
Oh, shit.
So I'm eating it, and it was like hard shit in it. Right? So I'm sitting there at the table with my friend John. All of a sudden, I feel something in my mouth. It's heavy, like a marble. I go, what the fuck is this? So I go to, like discreetly, spit it in my hand, and the thing rolls out of my mouth into my hand, rolls off my hand, rolls off my leg, and it hits the fucking metal frame on the table underneath the table. All of a sudden you hear, bang, right in the restaurant, right? So John looks at me and goes, yo, bro, what was that? You dropped something. I said, no, I didn't drop anything, man. He goes, no, you did. I said, John, take it easy. I didn't drop nothing. He goes, no, I heard it hit the thing there. It sounded like a wristwatch. I said, no. So then I had to discreetly tell him it was my fucking tooth. That's what the fuck it was. Would you take it easy? I don't feel like letting the whole goddamn restaurant know that my fucking tooth just fell the fuck out. I can't take it no more.
Jimmy, take it easy. You're gonna wake up. Jimmy.
I'm hoping to God that everybody has a new year, a healthy one, and everybody reaches their goals. Georgie with his hot dog fucking truck. Everybody out there, all you dead people, I hope everybody has a fucking new year, happy good year, and God bless everybody. Yeah, that's what the fuck I wish. How's that?
Did you at least pick the tooth
You know
up?
what, Jimmy?
Moral of the story, brush your teeth, kids.
I think even all those Biden voters behind you laughed at that story. That was fucking hysterical.
He's exactly like
So now I gotta go to the fucking CVS. I gotta get a fucking nail file because it's cut my tongue. The fucking thing is sharp now.
John, if you
go to the dentist.
John, is Jimmy my father or what? That's my father would be.
I can just picture him now with the fucking in the bathroom in the mirror, fucking sawing his fucking tooth with a fucking emery.
You should get one of those.
That's exactly what the fuck I'm. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
You gotta go to the dentist.
I'm gonna get the fucking file with the sandpaper. This way I gag on all the fucking paper, the sand and shit. I'm gonna torture myself.
Hey, Jimmy, did you pick the tooth up or did you leave it there?
No, I was embarrassed, fucking Greg. I had to leave it under the table.
You didn't take the tooth?
Everything rolled fucking came right out of my mouth. Then it hit my leg, and then it hit the fucking. Of course, there had to be a metal round fucking table thing on the bottom.
Why didn't you get the tooth?
Fucking wooden legs. No, it's gotta be a fucking round metal hollow one. Sound like a fucking cymbal.
Jimmy, you should have told the restaurant I found his tooth in the sauce, so I want a free dinner.
That's what I thought he was gonna say. I thought there was something like a marble in the sauce.
You should have told him that shit was in the sauce.
Can you imagine the fucking kid cleaning up after that and mopping the floor and he finds
Dude, you should have, bro. You should have said this was in my sauce. The fucking cook must have left the tooth. Fell out of his mouth.
No, so then when I was eating my dinner, there was this old decrepit fucking guy, sitting on a table next to me with this young Spanish girl with big fucking tits. And the waiter went over there, and he puts a menu there, and he stands it up on the table, and how do he do that? And he stands it up right in front of the girl's tits. I couldn't see her tits no more. Now I'm getting all irate.
He probably saw you were staring at him. That's why he put the menu
I know,
there.
God punished me with the two because that happened after. So anyway, the waiter comes over, and he says, yo, I said, do me a favor, bro. What's your name? He goes, Chris. I said, could you all go over there and move that menu? He goes, what do you want me to move the menu for? I says, because I want to wash this woman's tits while she's eating. You know what I mean? Fucked up, man.
Oh, shit. That's fucking great.
He's gone.
So Jimmy, I'm talking Gregg into moving down to Florida. You coming too? I think that was it.
I think he left.
I think the dawn of the dead rose from the graves and
Let me tell you
took him down.
something. Gregg's great-grandchildren will be living in Florida before Jimmy does.
That's true. Yeah, Gregg will definitely be. If I had a bet on one of them moving, I would say Gregg would move before Jimmy.
Oh yeah, I had it.
And I know Gregg is petrified to sell that house. He's trembling with the thought, just of the suggestion I made.
I would do it. My sister wants to sell it.
Sell it.
Sell it.
Do it. Don't
Get
do
the
it tomorrow.
fuck
Do it
outta
now.
here.
That's how the only way it's going to get done. Put it up.
You know what? You got to look at this. You got to look at the big picture. It is not going to get better there. It's not. It's going to get worse.
There's no reason for you to be there, Gregg. There's absolutely zero. You can't give me one good reason why you'd stay there.
It's my kids that really.
Your kids will move. Believe me, your kids would love to go to Florida.
My daughter would probably move with me. I don't know.
They all go with you. Believe me, you got to be the leader of the pack, of the family.
Yeah,
you move down there, they're all
the
move
further away you are
down
from
there.
them, the less money you got to give them. So it's better.
It's so cheap. They're only staying there because you're there and you're the house there. If you set up shop down in Florida, then everyone goes there because they want to go see Grandpa and they want to go see Papa and whoever else.
Exactly. You got to force the hand. Exactly right.
You be the leader. I led and everyone followed me down here. Now you guys have followed me, and then your families will follow you. That's how it works.
What? Who's down there?
Life's too short, man. You gotta.
I know.
You're here today, gone today.
No,
All right, guys, I gotta go, man. I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. I'm sorry, I lost the connection. I must have been screaming too loud. The fucking phone fell off the fucking car. Look, I love you, George, Dave. I love you. Thank you so much.
Jimmy, I love you, bro.
John, I love you and everybody out there in the RxMuscle world. I want to thank everybody for watching the show all fucking year, and I want everybody to have a fucking great New Year. And I'll see you next year.
Don't leave.
Right? God bless everybody.
Don't leave. I want to show you
Jimmy, I
something.
love you,
Don't
bro.
leave. Wait.
Don't leave.
I got it.
Why?
I found it. By the way, I found my friend David, who cleans my floors here. He found a truck in the Venice area, which is about an hour from here. A hot dog truck. Let's put it up on the screen, Tyler. Yeah. Make sure they can see it.
Wait, you found a hot dog truck where?
It's a hot dog truck for sale.
There it is.
For sale. I think they want like
where's that over here?
They
Where,
want
over here in New
15
York?
grand for it. It has a fryer in there. It's got everything works supposedly.
Where is it over here in New York?
No, it's by me. It's an hour away. It's by my friend Sorry.
Oh.
You got to
so
move,
what-
Jimmy.
You got to move. You got to
what
get
do-
the hot dog truck, and you got to start. You and Gregg and Mr. G can get on that hot dog truck. You'll make a fortune, you guys. And you're like a three dog pony trick, whatever it's called. I don't know what the
Hey,
expression
you
is.
still meatball heroes.
Yeah, I make my fucking meatballs, my
Three
sauce,
amigos
my
you can
sauce.
put down or whatever. You know, whatever you call it.
Yeah, I'm in, brother. I fucking had it. All right, because I don't want to be looking at this bullshit no more over here. You understand? I want to live. I want to come to Florida. I want to be alive.
Then come down here. Stop talking about it.
Yeah, there's only one problem.
I told
with
you
that
I'd find
thing.
you a hot dog truck. Now you got a hot dog truck. You got to fix it up, you guys. You know how to fix things,
Why,
Jimmy.
did you actually get it?
No, I'm not buying it until you guys got to confirm it. You know. I'm not buying a truck.
In other words, he's not buying it because you ain't going anywhere.
That's right. I got to see a commitment from you guys first.
Oh, the inside of those trucks are all.
My sister owns one. My sister owns a hot dog truck.
Yeah, so the insides are like commercial kitchens.
That's exactly what they are. Yeah, they have a deep fryer in there. They got a stove.
Yeah,
my sister owns a truck.
You guys, Jimmy, you could cook up your sausage sandwiches in there. Greg can make a pot of spaghetti in there. A pot of the sauce. Meatball hero sandwiches you guys could have. I'll eat those if you make those.
You got the hot dogs.
I'm not even working anymore. I need a fucking job.
Hot dogs.
Angry dogs.
Angry dogs. I like that.
High protein,
Angry dog.
The angry
Mr.
dog.
G's got all his all his little protein cookies.
But guess what? We're going to add to it. One thing is missing out of that truck.
What?
It took me 12. I just developed, after 12 years of trying to do something, I have a breakthrough. Like Thomas Edison, the light bulb, protein ice cream.
Well, it's been done. It's just you got to keep it cold, though. That's the only thing.
No.
I know a lot of guys.
No. This is real deal. Baskin & Robbins, Haagen-Dazs, best ice cream you ever had in your entire universe life. No way. And the reason why God let it happen that way is now we have all the proteins, candies, and stuff that we can add into it.
Right. That's
Hey,
good.
this big tub. I'll get it. I'll show you.
Oh, you actually made it already? This guy's.
Oh.
All right, Dave, I got to roll, man. I love you, man. I'll see you guys later.
Jimmy, take care.
Have a great New
Happy
Year,
New
man.
Year. Happy New Year, my brother.
I
Jimmy.
love all of you. Yeah.
Jimmy.
I love you, bro.
Get on 95 and head south.
John,
I got a quick story. My friend called me from Florida over the weekend. You know what happened in my 95 in Florida? If he pulled the car over to take a leak, a state trooper pulled up alongside him. They arrested him, bro. They arrested him for indecent exposure. And and you know what they charged him with? Because after they had him in court, they calculated how many cars passed him when he had his cock out and he was pissing. And then they calculated how many children could have been in each car. So now he's on the list for pedophile.
What?
Yes! Just from taking a leak in Florida, bro!
No.
Yep.
No way. Jimmy, I fucking piss and shit on the side of the road. I'd be fucked.
Oh, I just was in Brooklyn with my car, and some guy just whipped his cock out, pissed on the building right in front of everybody.
Dude, I've done it. I've done it many times. I've shit.
I've
shit.
Guys, isn't it pretty ironic that if you're a dog, you're allowed to pee any way you want, but if you God forbid you're driving, you have to stop and take a leak, you get arrested for being a pedophile?
Yeah, but to be called a pedophile?
Yeah, he got arrested for now he's on the list for pedophile. You imagine that?
Are you
Poor guy just took a fucking leak. Jimmy,
we ain't going to Florida. Fuck that.
But in California,
that's the East Coast. Don't worry about it.
I'll take a fucking leak right here. I'll take a fucking leak. I gotta see my stuff get a fucking invested right here. How about that? Hey, I got my shit out. Where's the cop? Where is he? Where?
There's got to be a dead cop in one of those fucking tombstones.
He's pissing on graveyards now. They're gonna arrest him.
I gotta go, man.
All right, bye.
I love you guys. I gotta go for real, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Have a great New Year, man.
Happy New Year.
Jimmy, you did it, baby.
Happy New Year, brother. I couldn't miss the last fucking show of the year.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
See you later, man. Love you.
Love you. Bro. Happy New Year. John, we'll be having this discussion with him for the next 10 years when he's moving down here.
Yeah,
dude, I can't believe that, though. Is that true? You really think that somebody got...
Yes, that in Florida, that is true. They charge you with... It's indecent exposure. It's a pedophile offense, and you have to register as a sex offender.
No.
And if you move to a neighborhood, you got to knock on everybody's door. And you got to say, hey,
fucking kidding me, though?
I'm a fucking sex offender.
For peeing on the side of the road? Oh, fuck, man.
Who knows? The guy could have been peeing into traffic for all we know. Jimmy's got some crazy friends.
No, when my wife was a prosecutor in Broward County, she used to get these cases, and they would be like, you walk out of a bar at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you go down the alley, and you take a leak. They catch you, and that's what happens. And
Are you serious, John?
In an alley?
So you've heard that before? But pedophile?
She had cases that
well, she should throw him out, because any cop that does that's like a Nazi.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
Some of them,
I mean,
you
come
know, you
on.
gotta think, some of them do get thrown out, and some.
Yeah,
of them,
but wait, John, I understand fucking indecent exposure if that's the word, but fucking pedophilia, you're kidding me?
It's not. No. It's not pedophilia. It's. There's a difference between pedophilia and sex offender.
Yeah.
Oh, sex offender, but still, sex
Greg,
offender.
on the West Coast, they would encourage that. They don't. It's not the same.
What on the West Coast they take a shit right.
Yeah, they don't care here.
The homeless people, literally, no joke.
There's a lot of rednecks here. You fit in great.
They crap. You just let them do whatever they want.
There's a lot of all the rednecks are over here. You'll fit in great over here.
Yeah, because I couldn't handle
put
that.
up with that shit.
Here you're allowed to shoot.
Sure.
Here people have their guns out on their front porch. I hear my neighbors shooting things all the time. So
That's the way it is here, man. There's guns everywhere
Yeah,
here. There's
yeah.
freaking people shooting.
But wait, Dave, we're all felons. Can we get guns though, or no?
I don't know. Probably maybe a rifle you can get. I don't know if you can get a handgun.
You guys are felons?
Yeah.
We went to jail.
didn't know that.
You go to jail.
Yeah.
You're a felon.
Felon. What do you mean by felons?
Like
Felony
We've
conviction.
all been fucking arrested for felonies.
Yeah.
Really? So they didn't drop
I
them
had
down?
2
Really?
handgun
What do you think? We went to
charges
jail for because we needed a vacation?
Good. Dave and I.
on you.
have
Good, you
both-
never been arrested?
Yeah, for,
He's been arrested more than we have, but he never did any time.
I got arrested for Dewey.
Greg,
Yeah.
was your beef with the feds or the state?
State. I didn't know Fed shit with me.
Dave
No
and I
feds.
both.
Yeah,
did
we're
state.
feds.
Ours were for the feds.
You know what?
Yeah, but
So you can't have a gun. So
if you got a felony, you can't get a handgun.
What about
I have 2 handgun charges on me. They were dropped to misdemeanors because they weren't on my body. They were in the house.
what about
But,
a rifle?
Actually,
No,
the
2
funniest,
handguns.
one of the funniest stories
Yeah,
that I
man.
remember Bobby Smalls, Mr. G's brother, telling me. One of the funniest stories of all time was when Mr. G got arrested. I think your ex-wife called the cops on you or something like that, and he had to go bail you out, and you came out.
Oh God! Yeah, she made up a story.
Yeah. And he comes out. Listen, Bobby comes the next morning to bail. Mr. G. They walk him into court like chained up, like next to all the criminals, like the killers and rapists and everything like that. And Mr. G's got a wife beater tank top on.
I have a white beater on because
He looks like the worst offender of them all. And Bobby is like, "Oh my God, they're gonna lock him up."
Yeah, she made up the whole thing. She came. I was at the house living there. I moved back in there to help them out, right? And I was there, and she got mad at me, and she came running at me with a knife, right? And I put my hands up like this, right? I put my hands up to stop, right? Because she was a Sicilian. She was crazy. I mean, she'd be in the middle of. I wake up one morning and she was over with a knife when we were 10 years ago in marriage. She got a vicious temper, uncontrollable. She was running at me. I put my hands up like this. She runs in my head. She falls down, right? I go, "What are you doing? You're crazy." I go, "I'm leaving." So I leave. What does she do? She calls the cops on me.
So let me ask you this: was she crazy before you met her?
Yeah, she was. She had
Is she
an
Italian?
you know how she little 5 foot nothing had an uncontrollable rage.
What
Like-
nationality was she?
Sicilian and Napolitan and Napoleon.
Neapolitan.
That's me. That's exactly
That's
what
me too. Well, I'm not really Sicilian, but the Neapolitan.
I'm half Sicilian, half Neapolitan.
You know that Mr. G had to have done something
I'm
really
here
bad for
in
her
a
to
general.
charge him with a knife.
That's why I asked the question. There's no way I believe that this girl was 100% going into that relationship.
I didn't do anything. I was eating steak. No,
Wait, has Bobby ever been locked up?
Didn't you throw the steak across the room or something like that?
I came home. We were divorced. So we were divorced like 12 years. And then she got remarried and that guy left. So my son, Joey, asked me, she was severely depressed. She wouldn't get out of bed. So my son asked me if I could come back and help, So I came back and helped out.
Whoa. Help what? What do you mean help?
He
Define
gave her the
help.
speech, the talk, a little bit of a what do you call it? The press.
Move
You
there.
mean help? You mean help? Like, or did she want you to need a little bit of a brajol?
Life coach. Life coach.
No,
Not the brajol.
help pay the bills. Help.
Oh, shit.
Just you wanted the Scarola.
Oh yeah.
Not the Brajol.
You mean the Scratchola? Okay.
He was probably giving her the Brajol too, but maybe someone
I
else.
thought you meant the Brajoli. It's the Brajoli.
John, he's right. She wanted the Scarol,
Not the Brajol.
not the Brajol.
Look, it's my son. It's my son. I mean, I was married to once. No matter what happens,
Right.
It's always going to be your what? Right.
son.
Me too.
I'm
If
always
you
gonna,
ever need
no matter
the
what
Brajol, you're
happens,
coming over.
gonna
Me
help.
too.
Gonna
Always.
help.
I got
No
my
matter
ass
what.
tattooed on my arm and stuff. It's always, she's the mother of my kids. That's never going to change.
Yeah, I mean, she whatever she. I mean, she's done stuff to me, but I mean, look, I was a little.
So
I
Mr. G was
wild.
dating someone at the time, so that didn't work. I
That's
told him it
fucking-
wasn't going to work out.
Although that was the time at the gym when
Yeah.
when we were broke up, and I took her picture out. I had my personal trainer play at the gym. I had a picture of the other girl with me. She came in the gym. My son was 2 years old, and I'm training somebody. There's 100 people around, and she comes walking my son, and she's holding a picture. She goes, "Who's this bitch?" In front of everybody, and starts kicking me in the ass. In the gym. I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? Calm down, calm down. I finally got her in the racquetball court. And I go, what are you doing? You know? Oh,
Well, wait a minute. Who was the bitch?
that was my second wife that I married.
Wait a
Oh, you
minute.
were cheating. So you were cheating on her.
Yes.
Okay, but
No,
she was
no, hold
crazy.
on, no.
But she was
Separate-
crazy before you met her.
No, we weren't. I wasn't cheating on her. We were separated. You know,
And
Same
what?
shit with me. Hey, I got a good story for you.
Did she know you were separated?
yes, she did. Yeah. Yeah.
John,
she
I got a good story for you guys. I don't remember if Norm Dabish or Will Dabish, one of those guys told me this story about Ron Love used to, he was dating, what's her name, Linda Murray, and she used to actually go to the gym because she used to keep an eye on him because supposedly he was like, with the ladies, and he was saying that one day she went in there with a service gun and put it right to his fucking head because she caught him in the gym with another girl. Now, I can't remember who
And
told
Ron
me
was
that.
a cop, wasn't he?
Yeah, Ron Love was a cop, and I think he was a sergeant or something like that. And they said Linda Murray was his girlfriend. This is before they were famous in
Right.
bodybuilding.
Was she a cop
And-
too?
No, she wasn't a cop, but she was. They lived together. But he was fucking around. I heard that he was fucking around with a girl at the gym, and Linda Murray took his fucking gun and actually walked in the gym and put it right to his fucking head in front of everybody and said, "Who the fuck would and went off. Now, I can't remember who told me that story. It was I think it was one of the Dabishes because
Right.
I used to own a world powerhouse gym,
Right.
and they were a powerhouse,
Those guys are they still around? Are they still
One
around?
of them-
Norm died.
Norm died.
Will's around.
Will's alive.
Yeah.
I
Norm
met
died.
Both were great guys. Both are great guys. I love
Oh,
them.
yeah. Oh
I
shit!
met them in Atlantic City. when they had-
Wait a minute. You know who might have told me that?
Bob
Might not have
Bonham.
been it might have been Dean Caputo.
Oh, probably. Yeah, that sounds like Dean would have that costume.
He's a great guy.
He
I
had a
love Dean.
powerhouse gym. He has another one now.
Yeah, I love him. He's a great guy. I know him fucking long time. I hooked him up with a girl, and then she became a lesbian and everything. And he said to me, "See that? That's because I after me, she couldn't have another guy." He's a good guy, though, Dean. I love him. He's a great guy. I think he might have told me that story.
Norm and Will told me, when I went to their gym, I did a photo shoot there in '98 after North Americans. I was huge. And they were like, you know what? You got a lifetime membership to Powerhouse anywhere in the world. You tell them to call me if there's a problem. So I didn't think anything of it. I went to a Powerhouse gym in Michigan, which is where they're from. And when I was dating Colette, and I said, I have a member, if you want, you can call, but, Will and Norm said, I have, and I was huge at the time. I said, they said I got a membership anytime I want. I don't want to be disrespectful or anything like that. And the guy was kind of nasty to me about it and wanted to charge me and was being like a dick about it. So I said, well, give him a call. So I texted one of them. I think I texted Norm. And man, this guy must have gotten reamed out by them. This guy was apologizing to me and bending. I don't know what they said to him. They must have called him up and reamed him out.
Norm Dabish was a bad motherfucker.
That's what I heard too, yeah.
Was gangster. You
Yeah.
have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
He was gangster. That fucking guy knew not to fuck with Norm Dabish. Will was the big one. Will was the bodybuilder, bodybuilder, powerlifter, but Norm was the businessman. Norm was a bad motherfucker.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
That guy, you don't want to cross Norm Davish. I'm just telling you.
They launched a very successful gym franchise back when it was hard to do that because you had Gold's and World already.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I owned a Powerhouse Gym for a long time.
Yeah, no, they were good guys to do business with because I know Weinberger liked them. He still has the Powerhouse up there, the Bev Francis.
Yeah.
He's got a plaque on the wall.
Yeah, and he doesn't even need to have a power. He could just call, Bev Francis World Class Gym if he wanted to. But he loves the Davishes so much that he kept the Powerhouse.
No, they're great guys. Norm was the best. Norm was this businessman. It was no joke. I'm telling you. And he was gangster. There was you didn't fuck with him. He had a lot of connections and shit that he would have that fucking guy disappear. I'm just telling you, he was no joke.
All right, before we wrap this up, I want to go around the room, who's ever left, and give me your most memorable moment of 2020, even though 2020 wasn't the best year. Most memorable of 2020. It could be bodybuilding related or not. Up to you. Let's start with Mr. G.
My most memorable moment is coming back on the show.
I didn't know you left the show. We didn't start in 2020.
No, I mean coming back, his return.
Coming back, and actually, and you saying do the jumbo.
Oh, the jumbo Palumbo cookie?
Yeah, do the jumbo. Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I said we need massive marketing.
Yep.
And I told you a story about the other two knuckleheads in our business.
Well, you know what the funny thing is? The jumbo Palumbo cookie, the big one, the one that I have the little tin here for, the 1,500 calorie cookie, I still think is your best cookie. We kind of watered it down by you made the jumbo light, and then you made the keto jumbo cookie, and you have all the peanut butter cups. But the original humongous cookie, if people want the best tasting cookie that I've ever tasted, I gotta be honest with you, with a ton of protein in it, get the original jumbo Palumbo that comes in this tin because I know you still sell it. That's the best one.
The space bar though, that space bar is sell.
The space bar's got a good name, but a lot of people, George, don't like coconut. So sometimes the coconut could turn people off. But I think the jumbo Palumbo original cookie you sent out, the first thing you gave us, was the best.
Yep, I agree.
Well, in the gym,
I agree too, but I like them peanut butter cups are badass.
They're good, but I could eat that cookie every day.
You're talking about the peanut butter and jelly one?
No, the peanut butter cup. I didn't get a peanut butter jelly. I got the peanut butter, but those peanut butter cups were bad. Those were bad.
So you know what happens in the gym?
What?
I use this gym as a pilot for the rest of the gyms around the country. They sell out. They sell out. If I put 50 pieces in there, they sell out in a day.
Well, it's delicious. You got a good product there, but I'm telling you, the jumbo Palumbo cookie is the best. So that's.
I believe it. I believe
Mr. Protein, MrPottsProtein.net. That's where you can pick it up.
And once I get the ice cream out there.
How are you going to ship ice cream? You know how expensive that's going to be to ship that?
Well, no, I'm not going to ship it.
They're going to sell it soft serve out of the back of the truck.
Let me explain how it's going to be done. I'm going to have people around. I'm going to have people around the country making our stuff.
I got a better idea.
Do Mr. G?
Can you make that? What about that dry ice cream,
like John, Greg? Like a Mary Kay, but a Mary Kay of our products. So this way we can get them to, for example, the gym around here.
They're going to steal your formula, George. You can't do that.
They're not. No, it's going to be a franchise.
Mr. G, here's what
I know what I'm doing.
Here, let me tell you what to do. You make the ice cream. You make it freeze dried. You put it in the container.
That's what I thought.
When you sell it, all you got to do is add milk and put it in the freezer. Add milk, shake it up, put it in the freezer, and you'll have ice cream.
Isn't that what they do at McDonald's?
No.
How do they make those the shakes there?
They got a liquid mix. And
I think it's a powder. I thought it was a powder they put in there.
No, it's like Carvel.
It's like a Carvel. Yeah, it comes in liquid.
Yeah, but I want real deal homemade.
I gotta get Amanda in here. She worked at McDonald's. Amanda, come in here for a second.
And you freeze dry it. All you got to do is.
How do they make the McDonald's shakes? It's a premix powder, right?
No.
No, it's not.
It's liquid.
Oh, you were right. Oh, you guys were right. It was liquid. Sorry.
Never argue with
Amanda
food.
worked at McDonald's when she was a kid.
Never argue with food or a woman.
No, that's right.
You won't win.
Not with me. Women, yes. Food, no. You will never win an argument with food.
I never win any arguments anymore. Never.
Kids come first. Now you're a
That's
low man on the
right.
totem pole.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But now,
It's
Dave,
your kids, then you.
All right. Greg, what's your most memorable moment of 2020?
Well, it's not a good moment. It's the moment of getting cancer and being fucking almost dying in that hospital. You know what I mean? When I was drowning in my blood.
Did you have a afterlife experience like,
No, but I mean, it was bad. You know, I mean, I was tied down where I had to snap the fucking things and pull it.
I know, but you didn't have a moment like where you said to yourself, like you got like a moment of clarity about life in general?
Yeah, I mean, like when I was tied up like that, and you got the tubes down your throat, I actually prayed, and I swear to God, a couple minutes later, those tubes were out. I mean, I don't know how I snapped those things. I didn't do it purposely. I just started choking, and before I knew it, I realized, holy shit, I'm standing. I'm no longer on a bed. I must have snapped the things all in one shot. And I said, now let me just pull them fucking tubes out. So I pulled the tubes out, and that was,
why, did it save your life?
That was God.
Yeah, because you couldn't breathe.
So you were choking.
No, I had the tubes down my throat because I was drowning in my own blood. This is after the surgery. They had me on an intubator, and they had me in COVID ICU. I didn't have COVID, but they had me strapped where they don't allow you to touch your hand. Your hands are tied down so you don't pull the tubes out of your throat. And I kept trying to motion to them, and it wouldn't take the tubes out of me. I could breathe on my own. I didn't need to be on a fucking breathing machine. Oh. So I started praying. All of a sudden, I gagged, like you're gonna throw up, because the tubes. And I jumped like this. The next thing I realized, holy shit, I'm off the bed. I must have snapped the reins all in one shot.
He turned into the Incredible Hulk.
Panic, So I realized I'm off the bed. Let me get the tubes out. And as I'm pulling them out, they come pouring in the room, screaming. But I got them out, and I threw them on the ground, And I said,
but you were choking. You were going to choke to death. God saved your life.
I swear, God saved my life. I was bad.
You were choking. The hospitals get paid triple the amount, $39,000 if they put you on a ventilator.
That's what they did. They had me in COVID.
Yes, they get paid. They get paid $39,000 to put you on a ventilator.
I told them I don't need a ventilator. I threw it out. I threw the tubes on the floor, and I said to them, "Look, I can breathe. Like that." I said, "Don't put those fucking tubes down my throat again." You know what I mean? Like, They were like, "Okay, we're sorry." I had a tube in my dick too. I didn't know it, and I said, "I'm gonna get the fuck out of here." Like, don't pull that one out. And I'm like,
you would have had some serious damage. You would have pulled that one out.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
so I didn't pull that one out. I told them, get it out of me now. So they took it out, and then I started peeing all over the bed and shit. I let it like a half hour until they finally changed it. And I called my girlfriend. I said, get me the fuck out of here. I don't care. I'm in ICU. I don't care. If I'm gonna die, I die at home. I ain't dying in there.
Did you hear that?
They tried to stop me, but they couldn't.
Did you hear the story? There was a guy who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge, 220 feet, and he hit the water. He said when he jumped off, he knew it was a bad idea. He hit the water, broke his legs, and shattered some vertebrae. So he lived. He started swimming with his upper body because he couldn't move his legs, and he was going to drown because he was getting tired. And a sea lion came up underneath him and lifted him up and was basically holding him up until the boat came.
I saw the kid. He was a kid.
Yeah.
He was a young guy.
He goes around giving speeches about
I saw it.
You have a purpose in your life. Well, did we have a friend? Who was our friend that jumped off the frog's neck?
Larry. He dropped off the Verrazano, and he didn't even get hurt. He got broke.
He did it twice. Didn't he do it twice?
No, he did it once, but then he unfortunately killed himself with heroin overdose or something like that. But a couple of years later, but. Yeah, usually when people...
the fucking Verrazano and didn't die?
Yeah, he's one of only two people to live off the highest point.
That's a nasty bridge, bro. Holy fuck.
He said
talking about hype. He was talking about hype. He was. We're hype. He was like.
Yeah, he was all Xanaxed out. He jumped off the bridge.
Oh, he was a lawyer too.
Yeah.
He did a case for me. I remember.
Dude, the Verrazano Bridge. That's no joke. That fucking thing is. Well, how many miles long is that thing too? It's fucking.
Greg, he jumped off at the highest point, 220 feet. Only one other person has lived from that. He said he was so Xanaxed up. Now you got to remember, I've been friends with this kid since nursery school, like preschool. We went to together. He lived around the corner from me. He lived in my house. I was renting out one of my rental houses to him. I was very, very close friends with him for years. Our whole entire life, I knew this guy. Had him on the TV show after he jumped off the bridge too, and. I really thought he was in a better state, but he was always a depressed guy. He had a lot of depression issues. And I knew he was going down a bad road again after that. And, it's unfortunate that he's not with us because he was a great guy. But
you're telling me, Dave, he didn't even get hurt?
No.
He hurt a few vertebrae, but he was fine afterwards. You know what the funny thing was? When my friend called me up and told me, he goes, you're never going to believe who jumped off the Verrazano Bridge. I said, did the person live? They said, yeah. I said, it got to be Larry Ushaw. He's like, how the hell did you know? I said, because it's the only person I know who would be crazy enough to jump off a bridge and live. I swear to God, I guessed exactly who it was.
Were there boats out there? Like, how the fuck would
So what happened is he was a very good swimmer, Larry. So he jumped off. He thought he was going to die, but he said it was like the hand of God lifted him out of the water, and he just started swimming instinctually. And then one of these boats that are in there came up to him, and they were screaming at him. They were yelling at him. Meanwhile, he was in pain because he did hurt. He didn't permanently hurt himself, but he hurt himself. And
the Hudson River is not very deep over there.
No. So they pulled him out. They sent him to the insane asylum, for a month to make sure, evaluate him.
No.
And then they released him because he said he was good.
All right, let me ask you another question. What month did he do that in? Because that's some cold ass water.
Yeah, I don't remember what month it was.
Holy shit! The fucking hypothermia.
To float down the river. Remember?
This guy had like that like super crazy energy though about him, So
yeah,
he probably thought it was like refreshing, the swim.
The water's 48 right now. Right now it's 48. 48 to 45.
I jump in my pool in the backyard. It's like 68 degrees, and like I'm like, ah! I just do it to like kind of wake my brain up a little bit sometimes, and it's great.
Well, I've gone in water 30, 35.
It feels great when you get out of the water. It doesn't feel good jumping in the water.
No.
35 degrees, you jump in that water?
Yeah, 35.
That's like Kenny Jones,
It was minus 30 wind chill.
The Polar Bear Club.
Kenny Jones, a polar bear.
Oh shit! You did the polar bear shit? You go out there like a Coney
He
Island?
made his own Polar Bear Club. He's the only member, though, of it. John, what's your most memorable 2020 moment?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Turning 60 and realize it took me that long to spend 10 years with one woman.
Wow. Congratulations. That's a good one.
Wait, you're 60.
What's that?
You just turned 60. I thought you were a little older than that.
No, you just here.
In October.
Yeah.
So you're going to start forgetting the years. Like, I don't know whether I'm 63 or 64.
I'm 60 as well. But still.
I have to go on the calculator. We'll go back. I feel like
that's a mind fuck. Hitting that number's a mind fuck. With me, it was a mind fuck. I don't know why. It just bothered the shit out of me.
I don't even think...
Because it sounds old. 50 sounds kind of... used to sound old, but 60 sounds old, even though it...
It does. It does. You're right. You're fucking right.
What about you, Dave? What's your memorable?
I was thinking about this, and I kind of talked about Chris, and you know what? It's not like it wasn't like, granted, I love my kids, and those, every moment, every day is a wonderful day with them, and that's always good. But for some reason, the one thing that bothered me of 2020 and that keeps sticking out of my head and that I can't wrap my hands around is that the death of Luke Sandow. He committed suicide. The guy had just placed third at the Arnold. He was a great personality on social media. He had two young kids, in their teens. He had everything to live for, and it just.
Why did he do it though?
No one knows, but exactly. But only rumors. But it bothers me that someone who had like every reason to live would not, and I don't know. It just keeps coming back to me. Like I keep rehashing it. I don't know. I really like, and I had a connect. I felt like I had a little bit of a connection with him. Every time I interviewed him, we always kind of hit it off. He had a great sense of humor. I just say to myself, man, everything to live for. How could someone be that depressed that they don't want to live?
Well, because he had no one to talk to. It's like being Superman, but Superman still cries.
Yeah, but that's fine. But he had friends. It wasn't like he had no friends. He wasn't like an isolated guy.
No, but it doesn't matter. You got to be when you're at that level. It's like we all in business, and we need to talk to business people. And people don't realize how hard.
Yeah, but sometimes guys get jacked to compensate for other shit that you don't know about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, he obviously had depression issues. Yeah, depression's a crazy thing.
This whole flu thing, the whole COVID thing came up.
That was depressing to him, I know, because he couldn't train the way he wanted to, and
he couldn't make money. How did he make?
Yeah,
he had contracts.
It has to be more than that, though. You can't. No, I don't know who you kill yourself over that. There has to be more
I don't know.
underlying.
I don't know. I'm saying. I mean, I get,
It's like that fucking kid that was in that movie, God rest his soul, with me and John, Tyler Hooton. You remember that, John?
Taylor
From Bigger, Stronger, Faster?
Yeah.
Taylor
There's
Hooton.
pictures of the kid when he was 16 in that movie. If you watch that movie, there's a picture of him and his mother sitting. He's got a fucking bottle of Jack Daniels, but yet they're blaming steroids for that.
You know,
they put it away.
And
Lexapro.
Greg, there was a family history of depression in that family. The mother was on antidepressants. The
Right.
daughter tried.
It's antidepressants. Those drugs don't work.
And it worked. No, they cause you.
They don't work. They cause
lot of times
suicide. Listen, I've had thousands of people come in on the drugs. I take them all off of them. I go, how do you feel any better? They go, no, they go off them. I go, your life is changed.
Right, if it helps you, that's one thing. But if it's not helping you, yeah, there's no reason to stay.
It helps you in a crisis.
No,
like
it
if
don't
you're
help.
really fucking bad.
No, look, your situation changed. It's how you're thinking. One day you have a job, one day you don't. Someone dies that you know. You get sick. It's 99.9 situational. So you need.
But what about people who are chronically depressed, George? What do you tell those people? That's hard. There are people that are always depressed. Not situationally
I live
depressed.
with one. I know.
Teach them how to. You got to
Yeah.
give them the skills and tools that we all go through stuff. We all have moments of that. Give them the tools to let them naturally come out of it.
The problem with that is
Praying, exercising, eating right, being around positive. All those things, are important things to have a self-awareness.
But
Other
some
words,
people
that
could
all
win the
sounds-
lottery
that
and
all
it still is
sounds
not going to
good.
make them happy.
No, the money doesn't make anybody happy. I mean, money, forget it. I get the guy's got one of my clients has like 15 million and he's driving his. He's sad. He's got a 15 million. He's got a girl now that wants sex all the time. He can't because he's a conservative Jewish guy.
I got the same
He
thing.
doesn't like the pussy. So the girl's mad at him because she wants to break up, but he won't. He won't.
Oh,
Don't help
shit.
them out. Don't help them out.
I get my girlfriend. We have sex almost every night. I got that. That doesn't make. I mean, I don't know. I don't see how that depresses somebody. It's fucking.
No, I'm saying.
Well, you're
What you
a
don't
full-blooded
understand,
Italian.
George,
That's why, Greg.
George, that's all. That sounds all well and good, but in reality, when you're clinically depressed,
Yeah.
there's no organic reason for it where you can say, "Oh, I got to think like this. I'll surround
Right.
myself with positive people. I'll do something positive every day. I'll smile in the mirror." And all that shit don't work because they're sick. You say you're not curing the illness.
Right.
When I was with Shelley, when I lived
Shelley
with
Beatty,
Shelley,
right.
she was depressed. Yet she'd sit in the corner crying. I go, "What the fuck is the matter with you? We got money, we got this, we got that, we got a freedom, we got it." She was like, "No, I don't know. I just can't tell you. I just can't help it." And when she tried to kill herself twice, it was her reasoning is, "You don't understand how bad this hurts. And the only thing I want it to do is stop hurting. And the only way I can think of making it stop hurting is to kill myself." And if you can't understand that,
Yeah.
that is the root.
She
So,
had everything. She had everything. She
I've
was,
had people like
very
that. I
popular. Everybody liked that girl.
I understand what
She
you're
was good
saying,
looking.
John. So, John, when someone's like that, I tell them how what goes on in my life, and that
there is no amount of reasoning, there is no amount of logic, there is no amount of truth that you can tell this person that's going to change their mind, because
Right on the
psychological. What they have is organic.
That's why they do drugs. A lot of them, right?
Right.
Exactly.
To self-medicate.
To me, but I'm going to say this: you got to keep going no matter what. So, what after the drugs?
Death.
It's like that kid,
you
Dave.
said-
Dave,
what
that
about-
kid that you were friends with, that
Cole.
that kid used to talk to my girlfriend, talk to me all the time.
Cole Hansick. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good kid.
Really
I didn't
good.
even know him. I met him through you.
Yeah.
And he was messaging me all the time.
Yeah, he loved
man.
you. He loved you. He loved you. He thought you were the coolest. Yeah.
He was a great kid. I felt bad, and you feel bad. He got a great girlfriend
Yeah.
who stood by him.
Yep.
He missed his dad. He was longing for his dad.
Yeah, he was chronically depressed because of his missing. Yeah, he felt
He couldn't stop with that
Yeah.
heroin shit though. That shit's bad.
Look, when you're on drugs, it changes the whole chemistry of your body, the serotonin and all that stuff. That it fucks it up. You're high, you're low, you're high, you're low.
My girlfriend died of that shit. You know what I mean? My
you
girlfriend
know,
died
you
of
know,
that.
you went through it.
Listen.
Look, the only thing I can say is it's just like you get an injury, you know, and I know the mental, you got to just keep going forward to eventually you come out of it, you know? I mean, and unfortunately, I mean, Shelly couldn't come out of it. And I'm sure, you know.
A lot of, you know, a lot of them can't come out of it. That's the point I'm trying to make to you, is that we who are not depressed can't understand the depression.
I can understand.
Because the difference is when we have something bad happen to us, or we're down about something, we do exactly what you say. Exactly right. Think positively, try to so positive.
Right.
We get pissed off and fucking.
And that works because we're not sick. We're not sick.
Well, we do this show, and you're in a good mood after the show's over.
Dude, anybody watching the show, if you think your life sucks, you watch us, you go, maybe it's not so bad.
I had a lot of people tell me that. They email me all the time. They said that we pulled them out of depression all the time.
Yeah, just listen to Jimmy the Bull. How can you not feel good after you listen to him?
I got people contact. I got a guy I help right now in Toronto. Every day I give him a training and motivational speech or motivational video.
I think some people need that, George.
In Toronto.
Absolutely.
I think some people.
Well, that's why George can charge $6,000, a week for training, because he's a motivational.
This is my point. Guy. This is my point. If these people, these are the tools. If like Shelly or people like that could have people that are talk to them and give them tools, pray, do this. Even though you're depressed, keep doing the things that you still like to do.
It's very hard, though. It's my girlfriend.
The reason why I brought this up and why I thought that the Luke Sandow thing was my most memorable, even though it's not a positive memorable of 2020, is because, let's face it, I mean, this COVID year was a very depressing year for a lot of people. I mean, I luckily, pray to God and I thank every day that I have a beautiful family and that I have, I'm kind of isolated from this whole thing. I really wasn't exposed to it. I didn't have any dealings with it. I didn't have to leave the house. I make my own living from the house, so it really didn't affect me in a way, but I see the people around me that were affected by it, and I think that there needs to be more awareness to this, and it has to be something done to change this in 2021, because we can't go through another year of lockdowns and people not working, and
Absolutely.
Because that's just making it worse, and so, even if you have to take things into your own hands, don't just sit back and collect your unemployment check, start building your own business, whether it be on YouTube or it be on social media or it be on some project that you feel, some kind of resonance with that makes sense to you. Take things into your own hand. Don't just become a victim of the system, because that can lead to severe chronic depression because you feel like you have no power over your life anymore. And so, it's important in today's day and age where you can become your own businessman, you can run your own business and find a niche that you enjoy and exploit it and make money from it. Okay. If you want to make cookies, make cookies like Mr. G,
Dave, that's why I was talking about. I'm gonna create my whole idea behind the whole thing I'm doing is not to open up big bakery things and ship them all out around the country just here. It's to have people all around the country that are into training and love baking, and they can supply like 20 different places.
Who do you think you are, Amazon?
Yes. What are you talking about? Yes, I'm gonna. Yes, I am. I'm gonna be we're gonna be like. 100%.
How about just be Mr. G, cookies by Mr. G first, and sell you or Mr. Potts cookies. Let's make a lot of money doing that first, and then you
Dave. I have to solve a logistics issue, and that means that
move to Florida. You got Jimmy, you got Valentino. You hire the whole fucking whack pack to cook for you. You have a kitchen, industrial kitchen. You all cook at it, and you split it 3 ways with them, and you become business partners. Call it the three morons or whatever you want to call it.
Dave, you have to
three momos. The three momos. There you go. Yeah, three momos.
Dave, how do you supply a gym up in Jersey?
You ship it. There's overnight shipping. The shipping is done already. Amazon figured that out a long time ago. Just make the freaking product. Cook the cookies already. Your problem is you're not cooking the cookies.
I am too.
Make the cookies. You're talking about it too much.
Make the fucking cookie.
Got it. You remember the donut commercial, Dunkin' Donuts? Gotta make the donuts. Gotta make the donuts.
As a business consultant, okay, if I was going to be a business consultant to Mr. G, this is exactly what I would tell him. You're making way too much shit.
That's right. Too many excuses.
Focus. The original cookie. Get the original cookie in that tin. Forget about the peanut butter cups, the ice cream, the popcorn, the potato chips, the space bars, the Wonder Bars, the fucking icebergs, the Ginsbergs. Forget about all that shit. Make the fucking cookie. Make the cookie. Get the cookie. 5,000. You're not listening to me. Get the cookie in the tin in 5,000 gyms. Do that. Do that first. Then worry about peanut butter cups, white chocolate, green chocolate, dinosaur cookies, hot dogs, angry dogs, ice cream. Get the fucking cookie done. Just do that.
Look at what Juan Morel did with my cookie dealer. He sells one freaking cookie and just different flavors, and he's making very good money.
You said the wrong name to George.
Oh God!
Hey, listen, it's not my. That's not my model. It's not my business.
But model. You got a good cookie. Sell the freaking cookie first. Make cookies.
You got to change your business model because I'm telling you right now, this business model is not sustainable.
That's what John does. He's a consultant.
Because you're a one-man show. It's not sustainable. You got to do one thing. Do one thing and do it right.
I'm not going to be a one-man.
But at the moment, you are.
If I have you, so John, if I have 10 places around you, and you're making this stuff and
too complicated. You got too much logistics.
I'm not making any fucking cookies. I'm busy. I can't make.
No, I'm not saying. I don't mean.
Right? As much as I would love to, because it sounds like I would get fucking stoned first thing in the morning. I'd make cookies all fucking day. I would be the happiest fucking pig in shit you ever saw. All right. But that ain't happening for me.
No, John, it's not you.
Quit dangling the carrot because it ain't gonna happen. you gotta make the fucking Make cookies. Make them. Put them in a tin and sell them. Start there. You're way too distracted.
Direct to consumer online. That's
what
it.
What he's trying to say is you're spreading yourself too thin. He thinks.
Right. You're fragmented. You're too fragmented. And you're only a one-man show. You don't have a gang of people working for you in a freaking commercial kitchen where you can toss some recipes and they're cranking out 1,500 pieces a day.
He's right.
That ain't happening. You're a one-man
show. That's my point. That's the point is that I have not you, but someone like you that wants to have their own business because everything's online from home now.
And what are they going to make?
Don't share any money. Don't sell any of your business. Do it yourself.
Like a Dunkin' Donuts franchise.
Do it yourself. Don't sell.
You own the Mr.
Okay, what are you going to sell? What do you want them to make?
They're going to make all the stuff.
No, they're not. It's too complicated.
It's simple.
Make a cookie. One cookie.
No, they make the
original. Cookie. Make one cookie. Famous Amos, Mrs. Fields. Make one cookie. Sell the cookie. You're too thin. I'm telling you. Sell the cookie. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, you could have maybe one or two sizes of the cookie, but the same cookie sell.
Well, I am.
That's it. I'm telling you, you move down to Florida, you get Greg and Jimmy to help you in a kitchen, you get a little commercial kitchen, and you guys crank cookies out all day long. That's it.
We'll come out with the Momo cookie.
The 3 Momos, that's it. They make the Jumbo Palumbo. You got the Jumbo Palumbo cookie. The 3 Momos are cooking it. You make a reality show. You get Tyler on when he's not here on Thursdays and Fridays to film you guys, and you have your own YouTube channel. 3 nutcases making fucking cookies all day long. You guys will be fucking raking in the money.
I want to see Tyler. Let's ask Tyler what his memorable moment of 2020.
What's your most memorable moment of 2020?
Come on camera. We want to see what he looks like. The fans want to see you. I've been getting thousands of emails. What does Tyler look like? Nobody knows what he looks like.
He's thinking. It's doing this show every week with you, Mr. G.
Having the security of this show RxMuscle throughout this pandemic.
Yeah, Tyler having a job through the pandemic.
Hey, but Tyler, you got to admit one thing, Tyler. It's more interesting dealing with us than hearing some fucking guy talking about his contest prep. Yeah, well, you know.
Oh, he much prefers this. Absolutely prefers.
You guys are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he hates the bodybuilding stuff.
Let's get that straight, because these fucking bodybuilders are The boring motherfucker.
Wait do you see when we're all in the same
He'd much
room
rather hear
together?
you, Greg, than Phil Heath.
When we're in the
that's for
same
sure.
room together, forget it. We'll be bringing
We're
alligators in. We'll be bringing fish.
I got guys. I got news to you. I got a little baby alligator in my house across the street where my mother-in-law lives. There's a pond there. This thing is not afraid of anything. This thing would probably eat a piece of chicken out of your hand. That's how.
Really?
Yeah. You can't feed the gators, of course, but
Are you gonna put one of your snakes, like have like fucking Snakezilla go after it?
no. You can't do anything.
No,
They won't come
gators-
take a gator that's small. So basically, he's got a home for life until he gets too big.
What about feeding him some of them rats that you grow?
No, I don't want to
Those
feed him. I don't want him to stay. I want him to leave. But
know
I'm
what
afraid
they
for my
do in Florida
kids. But
is-
right now
is-
he's tiny. So
When they find a lake in Florida that's got gators, you know what they put a fence around it. They put a chain link fence around it. I was getting off I-4
really?
on the off ramp on I-4
They
in
climb.
Orlando. I'm coming around. There's a pond in the middle of the
right.
clover leaf, right? There's a pond with a fence around it with an alligator. It was about 6 feet long. You know where the alligator was? Standing up on the fucking fence, ready to crawl over.
Oh, they're climbers.
oh, wow.
They're climbers. Yeah, they're good climbers.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Actually, I got to be honest. The most joyful part of my week is actually doing this show because number one, we all don't live near each other, and I consider you guys some of my closest friends. And so, for me to spend an hour and a half with you once a week, it's almost as good as being there with you guys in the same room breaking bread. And so this to me is my therapy and is my relaxation and is my enjoyment of the week. So I look forward to the show every week. I hope you guys do too as well.
I do too.
I
We
know
love
there's a
you.
lot of people, the fans love it, and you know what? Some people maybe don't like it. It doesn't really matter. I'll do the show anyway, just because I think it's an excuse. Like John said, we never get to talk, so we have to almost force ourselves to do the show every week so that we have a chance to keep up with each other, know what's going on in each other's lives and stuff like that, because we don't live around the corner from each other.
Yeah, but you don't have to force me to do this show.
I think the fans. I see all the comments. The fans love this.
No,
show.
this show's very popular.
How much can you sit there and hear some bodybuilder talking about his meal prep and what he did? I trained really hard, Dave. I did a prep for 12 weeks, and then my coach said.
The reason, Greg, the reason why I do different stuff on RxMuscle is because there are people that want to know about how many chicken breasts to eat, and we do stuff like that. And there are people who want to know about health and about steroids and about this and about that. But there's also people who want to be bodybuilder entertained too. And we have entertaining stories, I think you guys do as well, obviously, that have bodybuilding, related roots to them. And I think that's why guys can sit around and just mindlessly listen to us and kind of get some kind of balance and laugh and, feel good about themselves, So that's...
Well, if anybody can get anything out of the show, just embrace your weirdness. Embrace being yourself.
Absolutely.
Don't be, that's what it is. I know. That's why I don't even look at the comments. Don't care, because just being who I am, being silly, funny, hyper and all that. That's who I am. And if everybody out there learns how to be themselves, instead of afraid they won't be accepted, you will be accepted.
By the way,
Can I
this jumbo
can I say
Palumbo
something
tin that Mr. G made. Hold on, I'll let you tell you something. My son has punched this, whacked it with baseball bats. There's a couple little dents in it, but this thing held up pretty good. So this thing is pretty solid, I got to tell you, Mr. G.
The furthest we shipped in the country was Alaska.
Wow, pretty
We shipped
cool.
Alaska, and then obviously overseas a couple, but I mean Alaska is the
You
furthest.
stick with that cookie in that tin.
Yeah.
And just focus on that, and you will do amazing.
I agree.
I agree too. Hey,
Final-
Dave, can I say one thing?
Yeah, final
before
word,
we-
Greg, of 2020.
What I just wanted to say, because Dave was talking about what happened to Luke Sandow. Just my advice is, if you're depressed, talk to somebody about it. And if you're living with somebody depressed, do something about it. Talk to somebody and get the guy help.
Call
Because
Mr. G. Call him at, what's your
Email-
number?
Listen,
Call Mr. G.
they can email. No, seriously, they can email me at Mr. Potts Protein. They can email me on my website. You'll see our email. Contact me. All right, and I started a new Instagram called Mr. G Never Give Up, which I'm going to start the new year, and I'm going to go probably live 3 times a week on there. Anybody who wants to come on there and ask, that has any problems or wants to just talk about it and stuff, it's going to be a site to help people come through this.
Well, that's a good. I think it's a good
Do it
service.
yourself. You got it. gotta seek help, man. You gotta seek help.
Yeah.
You
You gotta talk about how you feel.
If somebody's going through it, you gotta help them.
Right. That's what I mean.
Can't turn a blind eye.
The holidays sometimes can be depressing for people because you remember the people you've lost. You know, luckily now, you know, I have a new family, so it's like, you know, my kids kind of take my attention away from any people that I've lost in the past, and now I'm hyper focused on them. But yeah, I used to sometimes get a little seasonal depression. Although when I moved to Florida, that disappeared too because of the beautiful weather is always here. So.
Look, I was baking by myself last night in the warehouse at like midnight, and I got Bruce Springsteen playing.
Yeah, the boss.
Living on a dream, baby, we're born to run. You know what I mean? I'm going.
He's mixing his Bon Jovi up a little with Bruce Springsteen.
I'm laughing, I'm crying.
You know what? That makes me so jealous because I swear to God, that's what I would love to be doing. In my kitchen, my big, beautiful kitchen. See, I got a big, beautiful kitchen.
Whoa.
That I built.
You could be a franchise of Mr. G.
And I could be up at night. My wife's asleep. I could be smoking weed, making cookies, listening to music. I would tell you how happy I would be. You couldn't imagine. That's how happy I would be.
All right, well then why don't you work for Mr. G?
Fuck him. Fuck Bruce Springsteen. He's a fucking.
I understand. I know what
you know how I feel about that shit.
Yeah, I do too, but what I kind of do is try and put that to the side. You know, I mean, because
I loved his music growing up too. Rosalita, all that shit.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was listening to.
Dude, Rosalita.
Why don't you like Springsteen?
Wait, he did a concert. He did a concert.
I don't like it because he's anti-Trump and anti-fucking American.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
He did a concert in London in 2009, right? And that's when Strummer died from the Clash.
Yeah.
And the first song he played was London Calling, right? And I put that on a blast. You could hear, if you drove down, if you pulled up to the front of this place like 200 yards away, you could hear the music playing out. That's right here. Robbie B singing.
Dude, I loved Bruce Springsteen. I put him in with Robert De Niro, bro. Every Italian American loves Robert De Niro. No more. Fuck him.
No more.
Yeah,
no more. Fuck him. And the horse he rode in on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know what.
I think people lose their mind when they get a little older sometimes.
Look, you don't have to. You don't have to like Trump or Republic, but to come out and say the shit that you say about him and
I understand.
people that follow him. I mean, give it
when
a break,
people get older, they lose their filters, Greg. They don't know how to control themselves. They just say whatever.
I don't care if you have every right to like if you like Obama or Biden, whoever you like. You have every right. But when you come out and start saying like they're bad for the country, they're Nazis, gonna shit like fucking De Niro says, I'm gonna punch him in the nose. Trump would kick his little fucking guinea ass, and I can say that. Okay, I'm just saying. You have a, just when you put the fucking guy down the way you do and say shit that's not right. That's not right. That he's a racist. He's this, he's that. I don't want to hear that shit.
I got to wrap this up. We've been going too long. Guys, have a great new year. Be safe. Of course, I know none of you are probably leaving your houses, so there's nothing to worry about. MrPotsProtein.net. If you want to get some Jumbo Palumbo cookies, check it out. Thank you all for joining us, for this whole year. It was a great year. I think we kept people positively inspired, and that's what we're all about. I'm Dave Palumbo with John Romano, Gregg Valentino, Mr. G, Jimmy the Bull. God knows where he is and what cemetery and what he's doing.
Never give up. Never give up. Never give up because God loves you. That's why you woke up.
We'll see you next year.
You have a purpose.
See you next year.
Make cookies.
That's right.
Make cookies, not war.